Okay, this is a new series I'm going to do called Bitesize, where I pick a topic and I do a short podcast on it, typically being under 5 minutes. Just get it out there and I'll point you in the direction where you can find out more information. So this is going to be Bitesize. So in this episode, I'm going to cover a cool little game that's just been released by Richard Woolcock called Tricube Tales. Now, Richard Woolcock is very well known in the Savage World circle, and he's got a great website called Zadmar, and he also wrote a free setting for Savage World called Saga of the Goblin Horde. And if you're into Savage Worlds, then I can highly recommend it, and you can get that printed out dirt cheap on Lulu for cost price. So Tricube Tales is a cool little RPG that he's written with the intent to play it with his kids. To play the game, all you need is 3d6 and 6 tokens per player. Characters are created on a descriptive archetype, and there are 3 traits: agile, brawny and crafty, and your character must have one of those 3, and they pick a class or profession. So you could have a agile ranger, you could have a brawny thug, you get the idea. Each character has a perk and a quirk, and these are like edges or hindrances, and you make these up at the table. There's not a set list, and you decide on how these are applied during the game. So your perks are your advantages and your quirks are your disadvantages. So the mechanics, basically you throw 1 to 3 6-sided dice depending on your character archetype, and the GM sets a difficulty between 4 and 6, and each die that meets or beats the difficulty is a success, with 1 dice beating it is a normal success, 2 or 3 dice is an exceptional success. If all dice roll a 1, then you get a critical failure. So the bad guys are determined by a difficulty number, nice and simple, and the players are rolling to hit that. The other thing that the players have are 2 resources. One is called Resolve, which is more or less your hit points, and you start with 3 of those, and when you reduce to 0, you're taken out of the fight. Now, whether that is you're just knocked out, or whether you're killed, or whatever, that is decided at the table, and you can put it into your game however you like to play. The other resource you have is Karma, which is your luck, and you spend your karma to use your perks or remove any afflictions that you get. And afflictions are consequences that you get from being defeated. You regain your karma by invoking your quirks, and you can recover resolve instead if you succeed on the roll using quirks. The GM also has some tokens for his use called effort tokens, and it's a catch-all category for tracking how hard NPCs to beat, how hard a door is to break down, or how hard it is to fix a computer system, that sort of thing. So the PDF includes some archetypes to get you going, and it's got some settings and some small bestiary to give you an idea of what the creatures should be. So all in all, it's a very simple little game. If you like Fate, but Fate's too complicated for you, and you just want to have something in your back pocket if a game goes awry, then Tricube Tales is a great little resource for you, and it's got some great ideas in there. As I said, if you like minimal D6 and games like that, then you will love this. If you want to read more about it, then the Chaos Grenade does a review on his blog, as does the most unread blog ever on the internet. And I will leave links to those in the show notes. So that's it for this episode. So that's Tricube Tales by Richard Woolcock. Check it out.